Goblin House Studios.
Welcome to our actual play tabletop podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of our actual play tabletop podcast. I'm Matt, and I play Shrimp Stomp.
I'm Jojo, and I play Ninx.
I'm Bianca, and I play Leilathia.
I'm Spook Jim, and I play Galliot Delaric.
Hey everyone, I'm Cody, and I play Thornton Stronghollow.
And I am Adam. I am our game master. Well, when we left off, quite an inventive day had happened. There was a perhaps misguided adventure in a dangerous tavern called the Tortured Sparrow. Well, a fight broke out, and fortunately, the party was able to escape not unscathed, because Thoradin took quite a few blows in defense of his comrades. But you made it out alive. Several of your attackers are on the ground wounded, but notably none of them died, which is probably good, given the legality of it and reprisal and all that. Maybe it's some points in your honor that no one passed away. On that note, for surviving the battle, escaping without actually killing anyone, you each get 50 experience points. Now it's divided by 6.
Delsinora gets XP.
She casts Chill Touch.
Ooh, look at her go.
Well, she's mostly outside of the inn. After the battle, the characters limped away to the western side of the city on their way out of the city to look for Delsinora's spellbook, which was lost in the original battle in episode 1. They stayed the night, or should I say early morning and early afternoon, in the Dragon's Egg, an inn not far from the gate that leads outside of the city. They had licked their wounds a little bit, gotten some rest, and were ready to head out into the province called Artesia, which is where all the characters met one another. Now, surely no villain followed them to their comfy rest at this inn. After a big battle. There's probably no danger of that, or anything else like that. Surely not. You've eaten, you've rested up. Time to head out. You overhear some chatter in the common room that there was some kind of fight outside last night, some kind of scuffle in the wee hours of the night, and the first of you to poke their head out the door sees that there's a little bit of blood in the street that's being cleaned up by some shopkeeper nearby. What's going to happen? What's your plan?
Thornton is not paying attention to anything going on outside. He is busy trying to order breakfast.
Yes.
Ninx sees it. Ninx goes, there's blood outside.
Is that what that smell is?
Yeah.
No, it's probably me.
Oh, crap.
Something happened.
Classic shrimp.
Something happened outside last night.
All I can think of is the sausages.
You get a big fat plate of sausages and eggs and cheese and bread and some dragon's egg ale.
This is
A hearty breakfast.
I'll have one of those too, please.
in the morning, Thornton does his thinking with his stomach.
Shrimp Stomp orders exactly what Thoradin gets.
Ditto.
Thoradin has not steered him wrong on a meal yet.
I bet not. All right, well, winches bring out all sorts of things for you.
Don't you go there.
Fucking winches.
Give me a beer.
All right, so y'all are eating and enjoying. It's a pretty good meal. The dragon's egg isn't bad. Much better than the tortured sparrow. Much better. That was...
Ning's water.
These winches look a lot nicer.
Yes, these...
They've done nothing to you.
You don't have to look down on these winches as much as you did on the
I
tortured
wasn't trying to. Okay, the way y'all spoke about them made me think less of them. Are they even people? Should we
Literally
even
just
treat them?
waitresses. Literally just waitresses.
It's very classic.
Just trying to make a living.
And this is from an elf that just sleeps on the ground. Well, in her native
I saved the
habitat.
world.
Layla is just sitting there like going on in this spiel. And she's like, the way God was talking about these winches. Thornton's just like, she smokes too much.
Let me
of that
just
stuff.
calm down before I make a scene, okay? Let me just enjoy my breakfast. No more wench talk.
Nings is still studying what's going on outside.
Do you talk to the shopkeeper that's cleaning up the blood in the cobblestone street?
Yes.
What do you need, young lad?
She looks downshirt. Thinks for a minute because she's like, do I correct him or do I just move on? What happened here?
Oh, some sort of scuffle in the street, in the wee hours of the morning. Some ruffians.
Was anybody hurt?
Judging from the amount of blood I've already cleaned up, I think someone was stuck pretty bad. But there was, no one lying in the street, so
Oh,
perhaps their body was taken away or they survived massive wounds. I don't know.
do you know what they were fighting about?
Nay, I don't think there was any, maybe a few witnesses just in the dark, not able to tell what was going on. All I heard is they were peeking in the windows of the dragon's egg. Some of them were.
Thanks, your breakfast is going to get cold.
She ignores. Were they looking
I'll
for
take it.
somebody or something?
I imagine they must have had a reason for looking in the windows there. Don't know. Hopefully they didn't find whatever it was.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you have to clean this up.
I am as well. My back is bent. I'm old. My legs hurt.
She rifles through and she hands him a mushroom.
Galliot's going to eat it.
Galliot's been like taking stuff off of Nix's plate.
Oh, that looks delicious. I love taking mushrooms from strangers. Thank you, my young lad.
Maybe that will help you with your strength.
I certainly hope so as I break my back scrubbing blood in the street.
And then she just kind of scurries off.
So this is getting awkward. I gotta
I gotta go.
Are you able to get to your breakfast before it goes cold?
Or before Kelly eats.
Gallia ate it all.
I just
Only
take
a
one of
quarter
the
of it.
sausages and I throw it in my pack.
For later.
Gross.
Pack dirt.
Yummy.
She doesn't care.
Seasoning.
The mushrooms.
And the sticks.
You notice that Delsonora does not order anything. And she just kind of blankly stares around the room as you eat.
God, it's like she's had sky thistle.
Maybe she has.
Did you give her any?
I offered.
Well, I mean, that's not the same.
I'll just kind of look.
Shrimp Stomp's just devouring his food. Just no silverware. It's all fingers.
Nice.
Thornton is gulping down his ale, like not even caring, like streams of it are like running down his beard.
How wounded are you still after the fight last night?
I healed myself almost all the way.
She's coming
Yeah, I
out.
bet you did. All right, well, you finish eating and are you ready to head out into the world?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And just like pat my belly. Just, fantastic.
What, Mr. Mushroom, sir, what were you doing outside?
I was talking to the guy, and he was cleaning up blood.
Yeah. Why?
There was a fight outside or something. Somebody got
And we missed it.
stabbed. They were looking in the windows, and something happened.
Okay.
Delsonora coughs a little. I imagine we were followed by those ruffians last night.
I think we were.
I mean, that's definitely not a thing that ever happens.
I think we need to watch our backs a little bit.
Okay.
He sits there and looks over his shoulder.
I don't think she meant literally.
Oh. Okay.
Think of it this way, Shrimp Stomp. You're in the tunnels. You know, there's a raid. Keep your eye on the tunnel behind you. Make sure another goblin doesn't sneak up and get you.
Thank you, voice in my head.
God.
All right. So you're headed to the city gate. Just a bit of bookkeeping. If you recall, you all have a point of inspiration, and Thornton has an extra one due to something we discussed earlier, which was him beating me to listening to the last episode.
Nice.
Add it right here at one point.
I may not have added a spot.
No.
Like I said, I listen to podcasts mostly when I'm at work.
+1.
It's just an extra.
As you approach the city gate, there's several guards standing around. And when they see you approach, they all start muttering to each other and furrowing their brow and looking at this goblin. It doesn't belong in the city. Why? Who let him in? Why is this happening? And they kind of glare at you a little bit as you proceed through. And you overhear a little bit of chatter. Oh, didn't you hear? Captain Brigham gave him his blessing. Nothing we can do about it.
Thornton, as he's like passing by, he's gonna like give one of them like a side eye stink eye.
Appropriate.
Like it's just like, yeah, that's right. There's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Shrimpstomp's just gonna wave.
Goodbye. We'll see you later.
Shrimp's not make a perception check.
That will be a 19.
You barely overhear one of the guards listening to some messenger, not in a guard uniform, say something to the effect of, "Isn't that the goblin that the paladin from the sewing temple wanted to find?" "It's gotta be. It's the only goblin in town, I would imagine." But they're clearly saying this just to each other, kind of off to the side, not even imagining that you might be able to hear.
Mr. Thornton.
He kind of talks softly off to the side.
Hey, what is it?
I think there's a paladin looking for me. From the temple.
Well, that's probably not good. They didn't take kindly to your presence last time.
Or maybe they had a change of heart, and it's a really good thing.
Thornton's just gonna like look at him for a second. And say, I don't think so.
Okay.
Make a insight check, Thornton.
23.
Well, you would recall from the visit to the sewing temple that there was, of course, the high priestess who was not kind.
Mm-hmm.
But then the man, Cassius was his name, you could tell he was a veteran from the Goblin Wars due to the scar from goblin torture on him. And while he wasn't decked out in armor and everything, he was just wearing a robe. You could tell he was a fighting man, at least at one point. And he was the one that was more or less willing to listen to Shrimp Stomp's story, although he had to agree with the high priestess, her wishes. Apparently, it's within reason to think that he may be a paladin, or the paladin, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that sorry, it's been a long few days. Now that I think back on it, the man Cassius, he may be the one wanting to speak to you. You know the one who was slightly nicer to you.
Oh yes, the one with the mark on his face from the other goblin tribe.
Aye.
Hmm.
It may be in our interest to seek this man out,
Okay.
but careful.
Okay. Do you proceed out the gate into Artesia?
Yeah, mostly just pondering this fact at the moment. So yeah, I would keep following everybody else.
Okay. As y'all head out there, not long after you see the inn, where you all met, and you see outside of it, there's a big rack, and there's some very large spiders hanging from the rack, being processed and cut apart and harvested for their meat. Big spiders, a lot bigger than the ones that you wanted to eat in episode 1. Pretty impressive creatures. And Martin is out there cutting the bits from them.
Thorns. Oh, I just ate.
He sees you all and kind of, great, glares.
Martin!
Ninx just waves.
He gives a sour look, shakes his head. All right, do y'all try to find the location where y'all met Delsinore for the first time and all those black cloaked men? That butchered?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine you have pretty vivid memories of the site itself and the direction you took, to steal the onions, and you ended up there. So finding the general area is pretty easy. You do see, however, something you didn't see before. Occasionally some bits of webbing hanging out of the trees. And another thing you see is actually it's probably that drunken man you stole the onions from has his outhouse disassembled, and he's pulling out of it some huge thing wrapped in webbing. And it clearly disgusts him, and he has a rag tied over his face, and he's got a pitchfork trying to pull whatever this object is out of his outhouse. And he's cursing to himself. God's damned spiders. You see him cut open the webbing and just step back in revulsion and
what do you have there, sir?
Oh, look. He peels it open. You see it is the corpse of one of those men in black cloaks. It had been, maybe his corpse, perhaps, snatched up by a spider and spun up.
How big are these spiders?
Ever since Alessandra's been gone, daily she kept these spiders in check. She's gone now, so here we are, they're running wild.
How big of a spider?
Oh, they get big. I don't know if they could carry off a man who's flailing and trying to run away, but an unconscious man they could drag away.
Well, I wish you luck on finding your book.
Delsinore interrupts him. Did you say Alessandra? Aye, yeah, Alessandra, the witch nearby. Yeah, when these bastards came in and caused havoc, she is one of the people kidnapped. Damn shame. Now look what I've got.
I have your onions, though, if you want them back.
What?
What?
Nothing. She looks up.
These are weak old onions.
He's thinking it's like, man, I had that dream the other night. My onions are missing. This is weird. I need a drink.
She runs behind one of the buildings and just drops them off.
No stealth or anything? You just book it?
Just stress.
He's pretty distracted by this disgusting entombed corpse in his outhouse.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I find opportunity. I'm just like, I don't need these anymore. So,
He's gonna think they just fell out of the window and he somehow never noticed.
yeah.
Nice.
So Thoradin has like spun on his heel and he's walking back to the road.
Oh no.
Mr. Thoradin, where are you going?
I'm going back to the inn.
We gotta find the book.
Good luck with that.
We also probably should find the other missing lady.
You asked Elsinore about that?
Yes. Miss Del Sonora? Do you know anything about her being gone? Or where she's gone to?
Alessandra was a friend of Barthold, my master. I would surmise that the same people who tried to kidnap me and did kidnap Barthold probably took Alessandra as well.
Do you think they used the same kind of necklace?
Alessandra is a more experienced witch than I. In other words, I was easier prey. I bet they did.
That's not good.
We can contemplate this later. I need my book.
Yes, you most definitely do.
She begins slowly walking it off in the direction of where the battle was.
Nynx follows on her heels.
Starting, do you keep going towards the road?
Yes.
You're not doing this? Okay.
Shrimp Stop is following Thoradin because, like, looking back, we're splitting up for some reason, not putting two and two together about the spiders, and he kind of jogs up and gets in front of Thoradin, like,
Where are you going?
I am not dealing with spiders.
Why?
They're disgusting. They have too many legs, too many eyes.
Yes, but they're easy to kill. I fight spiders all the time. They're in our tunnels. They get in the way. They muck everything up.
Do you fight giant spiders all the time?
Well, our clan does. They invade the tunnels.
No.
No, okay. Just you come with me. I'll fight the spiders. But I need you with the party. I can't lose you. See, you're important to me.
He's low-key flexing on you.
Fine.
Hooray!
He just starts like marching back, like he's like straight. He's like just standing up straight, like falling back on like old training, and he's like forcing himself to march into these woods that have giant man-eating spiders.
Shrimp Stomp's just almost skipping behind him, like,
Yes!
I did a thing.
'cause he's just, spiders are easy. He's had to do that plenty of times.
Those of you who do follow Delsinora, she winds her way, but eventually finds the scene of that battle. And there's no more bodies left, but especially for Galliot, that was probably a traumatizing incident, and you probably remember the landscape pretty well. And she starts trying to retrace her steps from where she was drugged, and you see she's headed towards a creepy old barn just beyond the trees. That is where I was staying when I was taken.
Have me and Shrimp Stomp made it back to the group?
Yeah, she walked so slowly, it was not difficult catching up.
You were kept here?
No, I was hiding out here, fast asleep when they came upon me. I dropped my book on the way. At some point.
Were you up high or down on the ground?
And I was up in the loft in the hay. I don't know how they found me.
Nynx runs into the barn and climbs.
Ran straight into the barn.
Oh my goodness.
Straight in.
Perfect. Make a perception check.
Oh, I mean, not like run.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
No, well, Nynx wouldn't. She probably would. Knowing Nynx.
He's like, I have enough information here. Might as well go on in.
I will stand watch outside.
But what if that's where the spiders are?
And if the spiders are anywhere at this time,
trick.
it's there.
All the spiders are around above Thoradin in the tree.
You hear the manliest scream.
Would it be an investigation?
This perception.
Perception? 15.
As you, the door is wide open. As you, at least partially, walk into it, it's very dark, but you can, of course, see well in the dark. There's something not right. There's something, just your instincts tell you there's something in here. You can't quite see it, but
I know.
something spooky. And how long do you remain in there before the group comes up?
Probably not very long. Not if
Okay.
I sense that there's something.
Something icky. Oh no.
Okay, you don't stay long enough to really scrutinize the area.
No, I run in and I sense there's something evil. And
Spiders are evil.
Spiders
I-
are evil.
Just their nature, I believe them to be evil.
So I back slowly and quietly out.
There's probably someone who listens to this podcast who has a pet spider and they're just really sad now.
Sorry, bro. Their methods, they chose a method that is just deplorable, and that's all there is to it.
Nick the cycle
Eating
orbit.
bugs.
It's
the
how
only
it's
way
how
to
they you could, if you just snapped up a bug and ate it, like a horned lizard does.
Mm. Oh, but the
You know,
web
this
is
is
the
good.
bad part.
No,
No,
I'm
no.
going to isolate them, capture them, tie them, inject them, melt them, and when I'm ready, suck out the rest. They're evil on purpose.
Enjoy my bug Slurpee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where were we? Sorry.
Nick's backing out slowly.
What you see in there?
There's spiders.
I knew it.
Oh, okay. No
Is it-
problem.
Unfaced.
Not sure how many or how big.
But I've got a surefire way to take care of this problem. And Thornton reaches into his pack, pulls out his torch, starts trying to light it.
Wait.
We have a book we have to get,
You might be in the barn.
and it's probably up in the loft.
Leilothia, you're good at tracking.
For nature, I have 0.
Oh,
Excellent.
you are not good at tracking.
Give me a nature check, Leilothia. You need to roll on a flat surface.
I'm sorry. A 2?
Just roll it again. On a flat surface.
Roll it on that mat.
There you go.
Even better. A fucking 1.
Sorry.
There's a barn nearby, but you're not quite sure where.
Just walk, wham.
You smell the strong scent of a wooden structure nearby.
Guys, I think there might be trees
I'm not
around.
really getting anything right now.
Well, it has rained for about 2 nights since then. So you really can't find any useful tracks or anything.
Or the barn.
Or the what?
Or the barn.
You do find the barn.
Well, the barn's not a part of nature, so.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
She said she was pulled out of the loft. Do y'all want to search the perimeter and just check it, or look for spiders or anything like that?
Yeah. Let's
Everyone make a perception check.
$17 plus 4.
That is a big, fat, juicy
No.
6.
Nice.
17 plus
Nice.
5 is a 23.
That's a 21.
23.
I got an 18.
No, you're right, 22.
Ninx, as you head around to the back of the barn, you see a whole side of it, blocked from your vision by a stable, has collapsed, and the rain has just come through and created this sort of muddy area, actually in the barn. and several feet in, and you see something there in the mud. Something.
Hey, guys, ladies, germs. I found something.
Oh, what is it?
It may be her book. I'm not.
You all gather up.
Real close.
Yes.
Mhm.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Huddle up, team.
Delsinore leans forward and squints. That might be it. And she starts taking a few steps forward to go and reach for it. As she does, a bundle of ropes that were just hanging over one side of the stable starts to rise up. Seems maybe they weren't ropes. They might have been the legs of a big spider.
Okay.
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
3.
15.
17.
10 plus.
What is
That's
Your
a
initiative.
6.
it's just one
Shrimpy got a 5.
Right. No, plus 2.
plus 2?
Right here. Oh, right there. Initiative. Plus
Oh, okay.
So 12.
Thoradin uses this his superior initiative to run away.
From the spider?
Thoradin, your attention is thoroughly in danger mode, perhaps more than anyone else. And when you see those quote-unquote ropes pull up and realize they're spider legs, you're the first to act. You were ready for this. What are you going to do?
I knew it. I bloody well knew it. And I'm going to take that torch. I'm just going to throw it in the barn.
Oh, no.
Where, describe kind of where specifically you want to toss it at in relation to the book that Delsinore is heading towards and that spider.
Oh, no. I'm just tossing it into the barn, into the darkness of the barn.
Somewhere inside.
And I'm hoping to set on fire anything.
Okay.
Because Thoradin has a fear of spiders.
Arachnophobia.
And he is entering panic mode.
You toss this torch just over that stable wall that obscured her vision, and it lands down below it somewhere, and slowly light begins to appear. Maybe there was some hay over there or something.
Fly, you fools.
Do you do anything else?
I'm going to take a few steps back and whip out my sword, or not my sword, my shield and mace.
Okay. Ninx.
I cast Earth Mother's Fire.
Okay, on the spider.
Yes.
What is your
13.
difficulty? Somehow, as the spider pulls itself up to wherever it's perched on, the fire is not able to cling to it.
Okay.
So you get a save, right? Yeah, pass the save. However, as that kind of floods through the barn, an additional spider out of sight suddenly kind of lights up in your perception. Leilathia, and to clarify, the spider is not in your field of vision at the moment. It pulled itself up above the top of this opening in the barn. You can't see it yet. But what are you going to do?
I guess get closer and get my arrow ready.
Okay, if you move a bit closer and ready your arrow, how close are you willing to get? Are you going to step inside, actually?
Just a wee bit,
Okay.
just to see if I can see the spider.
Well, you can. As you get close enough to almost enter and look up, you see an enormous spider that's sort of situating itself to, when it's perched, to jump down on Delsinore as she's headed into that opening, or was. So you can get the drop. You can shoot at it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and...
Which arrow are you going to use?
Most definitely the wither thing.
All right, roll your attack.
A 9. I don't know if there's anything for me to add to it.
Yes.
What did it?
9
Look
plus
at longbow.
your longbow. 9 plus. Yeah, plus 6.
16.
Sorry, I'm adding other numbers. Okay, your arrow hits its mark and stabs into the spider somewhere on its abdomen. Make a damage roll.
1d8.
6.
All right. It lets out a horrible hiss as the arrow enters its body.
Oh, jeez.
Shrimp Stomp. You said you knew how to handle this.
So Shrimp Stomp is going to...
And remember, one of the out of the line of sight spiders has been lit up by the
Earth Mother's fire.
Shrimp Stomp is going to boldly stand in front of Thoradin, and with his longbow, he's going to shoot the one that he can see that's been lit up.
You can detect its presence because of the flame, but it's behind the wood of the barn. So
but can I see the other one though, the main one that we started with?
If you get as close as Leilathia did.
Okay. Well, I will maneuver to where I start in front of Thoradin and move forward next to Leilathia.
Okay.
And I will shoot my boo. That is going to be a 15.
That hits.
Okay. That is going to be 9 damage.
Gallia.
Okay, so Shrimp Stomp started in front of Thoradin and then moved forward.
He moved up next to Leilathia, who is next to Delphinor.
Alright, then I think I'm going to take his place just kind of slightly off to the side of Thoradin.
Okay.
So, just to make sure he's good.
Moral support.
Yeah, I don't have a spell I could use to figure it. Could I do a perception check to make sure that that's actually the book that's in the mud?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. Because I know that we're just kind of going off the assumption, but I don't know if anyone actually double-checked. It's not just like a baby spider. That's a 13 plus 3, 16.
The object is buried in a place where rain had been falling behind it, and so it had that smooth, almost sand-looking mud has washed over it. So it's been there for quite some time, and it kind of has a weird shape to it that's not organic. So it's some sort of object that's kind of rectangular. So it might be the book.
Okay.
Are you going to ready an action or anything like that?
Yeah, already in action.
To what, attack a spider if it shows itself, or what?
Yeah, attack a spider just in case. If need be.
Okay. Do you have a ranged weapon that you use to do that?
No, I
So
just
you have
have...
to get closer to...
Yeah, I just have a spear.
All right. Delsinora stops her focused pursuit of that object and sees the spider that y'all have shot with arrows, and makes a real ugly, angry face. And she reaches her hand up towards it and twists it, and a ghostly blue skeletal hand appears and claws at the spider as she casts Chill Touch. But the spider is moving now. It's been shot twice, and it's starting to pull itself up further into the barn out of sight, and it does not hit. And she remains where she was standing. The spider fully pulls itself up and is somewhere in the loft now. But you can, the other spider you can perceive, because a glowing outline of the Earth's Mother fire is around it, is crawling across the walls towards your group. Shrimp Stomp, you are to the right of Leilathia. He comes down at you and jumps on you and tries to jump on top of you.
Okay. Before that happens, I want to be able to turn around and after that spider had left, and look at Thornton and go,
See, Thornton? No problem.
And then you get jumped.
As you see these legs just dart towards Shrimp Stomp.
Shrimp Stomp. No.
The spider would probably put him back.
Does an 18 hit?
I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yes, it does.
You take 3 damage as its fangs bite into your body. Make a Constitution check. Yeah, their Constitution saving throw.
That is a 4.
No.
Ah!
Gloats and immediately gets his shit rocked.
Your body suddenly goes into shock as this burning venom enters your bloodstream and just puts you in excruciating pain. You take 11 damage.
Ow. Can I use a reaction?
Yes.
Take 11 more damage, you said? Oof. That is not good, my fellow friends. I want to use Umair's disappointment as a reaction. I'm going to point my finger at the spider, and it's surrounded by a pink light. It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Versus what?
I believe it's 13.
That hits. Or rather, that succeeds.
Okay, and then it'll be 2d10 radiant damage. I don't know what that was.
Just roll it.
Okay, that'll be 14 radiant damage.
So this spider is already lit up by the Earth's Mother flame. A pink aura appears around it as Umaira's disappointment casts over it. And then it begins to burst into light and burn for a third optical effect. And it falls from its the point where it's clinging to the wall onto the ground, begins to twitch and burn, and it just closes its body. All of its legs close up, and it is dead.
Shrimp Stomp steadies himself back on his feet.
Like I said, no problem.
Does he sound that exhausted? And
He just lost half of his health. Yeah, he's poisoned and whatever.
All right, y'all. Shrimp Stomp is quite wounded, and we're going to pick up next time when you conclude this battle with spiders in the barn. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Support your local hobby shop, please. And we hope you're enjoying us. Please download, listen, and download. So that helps us out. We're glad to have you. We hope you are excited to hear us next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Please follow us on Facebook at Goblin House Studios and on Twitter at Goblin House ST.
You can also follow us on Snapchat, Goblin House Studios, and also TikTok, Goblin House Studios.